cooking today? We are cooking jambalaya. So we're going to start out, we got some okra, we got some seasoned shrimp with my super secret seasoning, we got some chicken and andouille, and that's about a pound of each. And we got some hot sauce here that's going to be in it, some Worcestershire, you can say it however you want. Don't want to argue about it on YouTube. Some rice, some chicken stock, salt and pepper of course over here. We got some olive oil to get started, chopped tomatoes, and this is calls for 2 tablespoons of garlic, and we like to use a lot more than that. Here we have jalapeno pepper, we've got celery, we've got chopped onion, chopped green pepper, and chopped poblano, all roughly about a 1/4 cup or so of each. And we're going to start cooking that here in a minute and get this ball rolling. See it? Alright, we're doing jambalaya. So this is what we're going to do to test our pan and make sure it's hot. Just take a little bit of water, and if that water dances around in there like that, sizzle sizzle, it's ready for oil. You can't really use a temperature thermometer for digital thermometer for one of these because it reflects off of the pan. So to that we're going to add our olive oil. That little sizzle ain't gonna hurt nothing. And to that we are going to add our onion, our celery, our bell pepper, poblano pepper, and we'll get to cooking. We're also cooking with Grateful Dead today. This is our tribute to the dead. Jambalaya recipe. We'll send that out to Jerry. Good to go on that, sizzling up nice. And we got to cook this for about 3 minutes, and while that's cooking we'll season it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. Smells good already. All you got to do really is just start cooking onions, and you can pretty much sell your house if you have somebody come in who smells that. Alright, so we got a couple minutes to go here. Just keep cooking this down a little bit on high heat. Yeah, it smells great. Alright, now let's see, what do we want to put in here next? Let's go ahead and throw in a little bit of our garlic now. We're going to add a little bit in later, so we have a little bit, 2 different strengths of the garlic flavor. The later you put it in, the stronger it'll taste. So throw a little bit in early if you want a nice deep garlic flavor, and then put it in later if you want it right in your face. Yeah, this is cooking up real nice. Okay, so now to that we are going to add our tomatoes. We have 3 bay leaves here. We're going to go ahead and toss our bay leaves in. And we're going to toss our chopped tomatoes in. Got that done. Got our pile of dishes starting already. And then we're going to get this worked together. Try to be careful not to break your bay leaves. Once they get moist, they're pretty tough, but try not to crunch them up at this stage of the game. There we go. Very good. And I'm going to add a little more garlic. You can't really have too much of it. Alright, now I'm going to add our Worcestershire, our sambal oelek hot sauce. If you're going to eat hot sauce, that's a good one to start with. Get this ball going. Wow, you should smell that right there. That is really smelling good. You can smell each individual thing that's in here cooking too. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Let's see. Now we will go ahead, checking my ingredients here, make sure I don't miss anything. I'm going to throw a little more garlic. I'm going to keep throwing garlic in until you're sick of seeing garlic. And we're going to go ahead and throw our rice in here. Give that a stir. I like this dish because it's a one pot dish, and I really like to cook these one pot dishes. Just keep it going, stews and fricassees and all that stuff. A lot of fun to cook, and not that many dishes. Now to this, we're going to start adding a little bit of stock at a time. We got about 3 cups of stock here for 3/4 of a cup of rice. Might not take all that stock, but I've got just a little bit extra. Alright, at this point I'm going to throw in the rest of our garlic. I'm going to save a little bit of this for something else, just because I got so much chopped up. There, now if there's a shortage of garlic in there, you really like garlic. Alright, now we're going to let that simmer for 15 minutes, and we're going to let the rice absorb some of that moisture. We're going to throw in chicken broth over the next 15 minutes and get that all up and boiling. And we'll see you back here in a second. As you can see, we're bubbling away very nicely. We're getting ready to add in our chicken. So here's our chicken. We've got this spiced with some oregano and some super secret spices. Basic jambalaya spices, but I got a couple things in here. I'm going to keep it secret. So anyway, we're going to throw our chicken in here, and we got to go for about 10 minutes on this. So I'm going to throw this in. We'll give it a good stir here. And you notice I am wearing these. I like to keep the chicken thing down sterile with the chicken. Don't let your chicken juices run down the drain. Not a good place for them. Alright, so we got this added in. This is my favorite utensil for working with jambalaya, soups or stews. See, I've cooked many a meal with this spoon, and it's going to cook hundreds more. Alright, we'll get the chicken in here, and we're going to cook this for about 10 minutes, and we will be right back. It says 10 minutes or so, but I don't think we need to do that. So I'm going to add in, this is our shrimp, and we just went ahead and did our seasoning on there, and let it marinate for half an hour or so, and we're going to throw that in. We're going to throw in the andouille, which is already cooked. Throw in our okra, and give this a stir. This is a bad time of the year for okra, so we went ahead and cheated and got some frozen okra. And I find that you really can't tell the difference too much. I think the frozen okra probably comes out a little better. This is looking real good, and you should smell this. This smells just like garlic heaven right now. Alright. I just need to add, we're down. We had this almost full. We had about 3.5 cups of liquid in there. We started with about 3/4 of a cup of rice. And I'm thinking I'm going to use the rest of that. And I'm going to add just a little more of my super secret seasoning. I even keep it in an incognito jar, just for the occasion. Alright, so here we go. And with shrimp, it's got its own built-in thermometer. When it turns red, it's pretty much done, and these shrimp are already cooking. I do not like to overcook shrimp. That's one thing you really don't want to do. A lot of people cook shrimp, including me, and it gets rubbery. It gets rubbery really quick. When you want to cook your shrimp, especially in a saucepan, you can go for just a couple of minutes on each side in a real hot pan. Otherwise, you know, really about 1.5 minutes on each side of the shrimp is enough to cook it so that it's just white through. And as soon as it's red on the outside and it's no longer translucent in the middle, it's perfect. And if you overcook it, it's just going to be rubbery. All the stuff you buy at the store in the trays, that's all overcooked shrimp. If you really want to have some shrimp and you want to have it be the way that it should be, buy it raw and cook it yourself. You'll really thank me for that tip right there, because that is the number one thing that people do is really overcook their shrimp. So anyway, enough about that. I'm going to let this cook for about 2 more minutes, I think, and we're going to plate this up. All right, we're ready to go. We're going to plate this up. So right down here, we got our finished jambalaya, and I'm just going to throw it on the plate here and let you see it. Look at here. Oh yeah, that is what I'm talking about. I like to leave the bay leaves in there. Most people know not to eat those, so do not eat the bay leaf. But I think it makes a nice little garnish on the plate. There's no shortage of goodies here. There's plenty of chicken, plenty of andouille, plenty of shrimp, and I made this crusty bread earlier this morning, and this is how I like to do this. There's that, and there is that, and that is jambalaya done in the Guitar Slinger's kitchen, and that's how we do things. Rock on!